Today, in the beginning of this discourse, I should congratulate the fathers. It's a very happy Father's Day. And the father is considered in our tradition as a very, very high position, even above the heaven. Pita Sarga, Pita Dharma, Pita hi Paramam Tapa. So he is higher than the heaven, and he is the Dharma. Listening to him, serving him, accompanying him, supporting him, helping him is my duty, spiritual duty. So that is a very, very high position in the society. Because the father is one who gives us protection, love, guidance, leadership. Everything is nothing but father. But mother, don't lose your hearts because we have already celebrated. So this is the Father's Day. And the gurus are also considered as the spiritual father. Because the guru also constantly pray, guide spiritually for the betterment of his life, the betterment of the life of the children. And we consider those who have taken initiation, maybe by age or in education or in social status, they are higher than the guru himself, but still they are the children of that guru. So guru is also considered as the spiritual father or spiritual mother. So this is the day, and today is the 16th June, this Sunday, is a very, very auspicious day. Why Not only the Father's Day. This is the Snan Jatra Day. The Snan Jatra is Jagannath. Jagannath is the Lord of the universe. But when you say the Lord of the universe, He is the Master of the universe, He is all-pervading, the Hindus are not satisfied. We need a God whom we can serve. So we have made that God Jagannatha, the name, if you can understand the meaning of it, he is the master of the whole universe, Jagat. But at the same time, he is very close to us. And today, they will be bathing not only Jagannatha, also his brother and sister. And this Jagannatha, Balabhadra and Subhadra, they will be bathed with 100 full or golden pitcher full of water. They will have to take bath. Maybe once in a year they take the bath. But the Jagannatha is taking the bath today, and then the Jagannatha won't like it. Just like a baby, don't like to go for bathing, and he will say, no, I won't go. So he will be sitting like this. As they say, the Ganesha, he is not very happy, so he'll be sitting like this in the Ganesha form, and sometimes they think as a elephant form, and all these things. Then the pujaris will go, the devotees will go, feed him and give him all his choice food. Slowly, slowly, after a few days, he will come out, etc. So this Jagannath, the Hindus consider it very, very holy. And the whole thing, all people can see. On this particular day, you will be very happy. Many of you know there's a Dakshineshwar Kali temple that was constructed, that was actually inaugurated on this particular day. This is Swayambhu Manu. He performed a yajna, a spiritual havan, and the Jagannath manifested over there. So it is considered as the birthday of the Jagannath also. On this holy day, one very rich woman, lady, and she was considered as a very influential in that day in Calcutta, the capital of the undivided India. She was thinking, she saw the dream that she should do something, the spiritual. So she was thinking she will go to Kashi. The Kashi is a very holy place for the Hindus. So everything was ready. She was ready to sail. In those days, they used to go by boat, by Kashi. But suddenly she saw the dream. The goddess Kali is telling, no, you need not to go to Kashi. You better purchase a plot of land over here. And she showed it. This particular plot you should purchase and make my temple over there. I like to be there. And that particular plot is the Dakshineshwar. They purchased that plot of land, the Rani, and constructed a huge temple over there. In 1855, it was constructed completely and it was inaugurated. And in those days, they spent 9,900,000. That the money, in those days, the Rani, the queen, Rashmani, is spent for that. And the first person that went to worship over there is the elder brother of Sri Ramakrishna. And also Sri Ramakrishna followed him. He was there. He was practicing the austerity. So this is the Kali temple. And afterwards, just centering that Kali and the temple, Sri Ramakrishna became the worshipper of the first, the Vishnu Bhagavan, then the Kali, the Shiva, and all the practices for the last 12 years that happened over there. So this is very, very important. And today is also the birthday of a person who is considered as a realized soul. The first disciple of Swami Vivekananda, Swami Birajananda. The Birajananda ji was the first disciple of Swami Vivekananda. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he initiated these people in the sannyasa, and they started an organization over there. But in Bengal, they never heard about the Vedanta. The Tantra and the Vaishnava, that was famous in Bengal. They were the first. So naturally, people were unaware about this Vedantic way of meditation. Young people, they are meditating day and night, and sometimes going out with the begging bowl, and then they are taking some food and eating. That was very absent. Begging, why these people should beg? The moment you are begging means you have lost your everything. So that is to be considered the very low. The beggar, that's a bad word. But now these people, they are going and begging, so obviously people used to wonder. So these are the first, the Vedantic, the movement started in Bengal through them. And after they were realized and all, slowly the young generation started visiting them. The first young man who came to them, not to become a monk, but to learn mathematics. So he came to a Swami, afterwards he became Ramakrishnananda ji, and Ramakrishnananda ji was very good in mathematics. So he came and told, "Sir, will you please teach me mathematics? My summer vacation is going on. Few days I can come and learn from you." He will come and stay with us. He started staying with the monks. And you know that it is very, very dangerous to stay with the monks. Because you get immediately influenced by them. They're getting up in the early morning, taking the name of God and chanting, and the holy life that influenced that young boy. And he started also practicing meditation and following their routine much more than practicing mathematics. So afterwards, he told his father, "No, I like to become a monk." His father put him in the room and locked him from outside. So you are not allowed to go. Like this, all influence. He was initiated by Ma Sharadamani Devi. And he was practicing meditation. This is very important, we must know. Some of the teachers, I should say so-called teachers of meditation, they teach meditation over here and sometimes in between the two eyebrows. No, this is very dangerous. Because that is the last stage of meditation. This is the sixth stage according to the yoga. This is the sixth and this is the last and the final stage. Without preparing, without making your mind and body purified and ready for that, if you start from here, this naturally it is not good. And this boy, this Virajananda ji, he was meditating on the center of his head, and after some time, he lost his sleep. He couldn't sleep and he was suffering, and no doctors could help him. Then ultimately he went to Ma Sharadamani Devi. The moment he said that this is the problem, immediately she asked, "My son, where you are meditating, concentrating your mind?" He said, "On the center of my head." "No, never, don't do it. Always meditate on the heart." Friends, we will come to this great soul once again in reference to the answer that a Nava, the yogi, you know the 9 yogis, and they were there in that called Chhatra. Chhatra means a place where the debate was going on, spiritual discussion, spiritual debates. These 9 brothers, all of them, they were realized souls. So they came to visit, they were sitting over there, and the king who organized that, he asked the first question. We know the first question, how to realize Atman. And with those who are attending this class regularly, you know it. How to realize the Atman. Friends, we are reading Bhagavatam. And the Bhagavatam is a book of devotion. But almost in every page we come to this question or knowledge. Almost in every page. And here the king, Nimi, it was his name, and he asked that. And according to the tradition, the senior one, the first one, should answer. So the first brother of the 9 brothers, his name was Kabi, he gave the answer. How to realize Atman? Very simple answer. Surrender all your actions. Perform through body, mind and words at the feet of the Lord. That's okay. Then you will realize the Atman. Look at it. So it is Atman, it is not God, it is Atman, the soul. And you are supposed to practice the Jnana Marga. But here the instruction is just dedicate everything at the feet of the God. Very recently, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, what is the practice? Should be the practice. The best way to realize God? Naradya Bhakti. What is the Naradya Bhakti? That means the devotion that the Narada is teaching. What is that devotion? Tad arpita akhila acharata. Tad vishmarane paramo vakula iti. Leave him, let her play. Leave her, and she'll be playing all right. So that is, and this is the present day, we should follow that because Sri Ramakrishna is suggesting. And this is very, very effective. What is that? That whatever you are doing through your body, physical actions that we do, mentally we are thinking, and verbally we are telling, all should be given at the feet of God. Surrender it. And that in the Bhagavata we learn from the Kabi against the question that how to realize the Atman? Do everything. And the cause of bondage, that we should know. By mistake, we take this world, this universe, this phenomena, which is actually inert, as consciousness, as permanent, as the source of joy, and that is the bondage. We think that if we are learned, if we are getting some certificates from the best universities, we can get all the best things in the world. and go and see those who have achieved those certificates still suffering. And then again, if you go to them, sir, what can bring us the joy? No one knows. Everybody is trying to pursue that. And then ultimately, the present-day world will say that if I become the President of America, perhaps I will. Go and ask him in private. He will also say, no, sir, nothing. Nothing like that. No joy. Why? Because this world, this phenomena that we see, everything is so temporary, it can never give us the permanent happiness. So separate the consciousness from the inner things, unconscious things. So these were the answers against the first question. How to realize the Atman? And the answer was that whatever the action you are doing, surrender it to the Supreme Being. Second, the cause of bondage is the mystic, accepting this manifested thing as the permanent and the source of happiness. So, completely separate it. So that was the question. The fear of bondage. Why? So he said, apasmriti and viparjaya, two Sanskrit words. Forgetfulness about the soul. Apa, smriti. Smriti means the thought, the memory, smriti. And this memory, apa means negative. When we forget that we are the soul, I am not the body, I am not the mind. And the moment we go and stand before the mirror, I think, oh, this is me. This is not me. And what is me, I do not know. That is the mystery. So, apasmriti and viparjaya, considering the body and the mind as me. So, these are the two. So, slowly we have to overcome. And the second question, so naturally, the last in our discourse we left it, and the Nimi asked, so they are very practical type of people. So they are asking, well, has anybody realized following this method? Otherwise, it is not proved. I say, if you prepare, suppose sometimes you are exchanging, the method, something. So if you can do this, then it is good and it is good. But has anyone already practiced and got the result? Then only we will do it. So the king is asking, how to recognize a realized soul? So you said that this is the way you can realize. And has anyone already done it, following this method, realized? How to recognize? This is the second question. So the second brother, he started giving the answer. The second brother of the Nava-yogi, the 9 yogis, is Hari. First is Kabir, second the Hari. And he replied, Sarva bhuteshu ya pashet bhagavat bhavam atmanaha bhutani bhagavati atmani esha bhagavat uttamaha. Bhagavat uttama. Bhagavat means the great devotee. Uttama, the supreme, the greatest devotee. Who? Now he says, he who sees the Atman in all creatures. See, completely the words of the knowledge. He who sees the Atman in every being and also sees the creatures in the Atman, the supreme being. No, he is the Bhagavat Uttama, the best among the devotees, or the realized soul. That means he sees one and not two. The Atman, the consciousness in every being, and also every being in that consciousness. Because there is only one and there is no two. So Hinduism, though they are teaching the devotion, they are leading us ultimately to the one. This Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, all through his life, he actually was a devotee. the great devotee. He worshipped the Rama, he worshipped the Krishna, he worshipped Shiva, he worshipped Kali. But again, he said, there is only one, there cannot be two. Everything is that consciousness. Sarva bhuteshu yah pashet. In all being, and when you look at being a person, what we see? Immediately, by mistake, we go for his identity, the name and other qualities. But the name and other qualities we always think. But actually, I think he came to examine. It came to examine whether I also consider it as a God. No.
Did he bite you?
It bites.
Did he bite?
No, I don't think. So, I maybe consider it as God, but it doesn't know. So I should be careful. So this is always it happens like this, that we have to be very, very practical. We should know what is what. So this we find, Sarva Bhuteshu Yah Pashet. Yah, one who Pashet, sees, Sarva Bhuteshu, in all being, what? Consciousness. So this is the technique. We have to understand each and every being, different name, different form, different features, but all are nothing but the same Supreme Being. If we can really understand that, realize that, then we are a realized soul. How to recognize a realized person? Samadarshitva. This is simple. He will never ever differentiate. Samadarshi. In never. The monks means what? It's a practice to become Samadarshi, same-sightedness. So sometimes some people, they always think, you are a Hindu monk. No, the moment you become a monk, you are above all those religions. You are supposed to be. That is the practice. My path is Hinduism. My process of realizing and all to reach over there is Hinduism. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, do you think I belong to India? Do you think I belong to Hinduism? I belong to the humanity. So that is the idea. The Samadarshita, there can never be any differentiation. So this is how to understand a realized soul, that. And what is the same? Samadarshi, same means Atma, the self. Now you get this same answer in the Bhagavad Gita also. And we find in the 6th chapter, 29, 30 and 31st verses, very clearly he is mentioning Sarva Bhuteshu Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Atma means the soul, the consciousness in all being. When you see that consciousness in all being, then there is no differentiation. And again, and in 30th verse he says in the same chapter 6, Yo mam pashyati sarvatra, sarvam cha mai pashyati. I really wonder, those who are worshipping Sri Krishna, how they can become so narrow, so sectarian, closed door. How it is possible? Because their God is teaching that you should see me in every being. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, the greatest and the loftiest ideology that was given by the Hinduism, but the most bad and almost very bad way they practiced. And what they practiced? Don't come, don't touch, don't eat, don't all this. So that was the really very wrong thing. Hinduism means this. Yo mam, the God, pashyati sarvatra, sarvam cha mai pashyati. That is Hinduism. Sarva bhutam hitam yo mam bhajati ekattamastita. Not only that, oh, I see everyone as same. No, you have to go and help them, serve them without any differentiation. The very practical way. Only theoretically, yes, okay, no problem. How to prove? You have to go into action, then only you can prove. Otherwise, no. Sarva Bhuta Sthitam Yomam. In the Ramakrishna mission, they started serving the people. Usually the Hindu sannyasis, Hindu monks never did, and it was not necessary. In olden days, the king used to take all responsibility of the subjects and the citizens. But now, after that 700 years of the Sultanate and then 200 years of the Britishers' rule, the India became poor and there was no administration. So some people should come forward to help these people. So Swami Vivekananda asked the sannyasins, go and serve these living beings. Why? In Vedanta, we see the God in every being. So why then you have to go inside a cave and close your door and close your eyes? Go and see the living gods and goddesses, serve them. So that was the practical Vedanta Vivekananda introduced. And Sarva Bhuta Sthitam, how it was possible, you know? Most of the people, they think that we are Hindus, but our missionary work started by serving the Muslims. And the first direct disciple of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the brother disciple of Swamiji, he was passing through a district in Bengal, it's called Murshidabad, and he found a little girl, she is crying. The Swami went to her and asked her, why you are crying? Then she told, I was having only one earthen pot to keep our water, drinking water. By mistake, I have broken it. And if I go back to my house, my mother will kill me. She'll be so angry because we don't have anything else. No other utensils, only this one. Then the Swami felt very bad. Only earthen pot and so cheap. Come, I will purchase one. So the Swami took that girl to the shop and purchased one earthen pot, and also asked that the shopkeeper to give something, maybe some biscuits and something to eat. So the girl was very happy. And then he turned to see hungry faces, all are coming. Told Swami, we are also hungry, we need food, we need food. So the Swami sat over there praying to God, I am having only this much, and how can I serve these people? Then he heard the voice of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, pushing him to sit over there and asking, be here and serve these people. He started serving. Slowly he collected some food and serving. So he started still if you go to that place, still the asrama is there in the Murshidabad. If you go, still those people we are serving. Now, this is the broadness. How it has come? Vedanta. How it has come? Because of the true understanding of the religion. And what is the true understanding? Sarva Bhuta Sthitam Yomam Bhajati. That you have to go and serve and do the worship. Not only, oh, you are a good God, not like that. You have to serve physically. And you know, servicing physically is so difficult. If you offer a food to the God, it's a picture and the image, you will never say anything. And you do not know what you are offering. Maybe it is tasteless. But the God also anything. But the living gods? No. If you go and give they will taste and say, hey, this is tasteless. Go and prepare something good. And you have to be very, very patient. So you have to serve them. So Mam means the me. It is capital M, me, the God, the Supreme. Here, Sri Krishna. So that is the Atman. So Atman as consciousness is present everywhere. How you will know? Let us go back to that age-old practice. What is that? Avastha-traya Shakshi. Avastha-traya Vichara. The Avastha-traya. Avastha means the condition. Traya means three. The three conditions. What are the three conditions? Waking, dream, and dreamless sleep. So waking, dream, and dreamless sleep. These are the three conditions that always, every day, we are passing through. So through that, we can prove one thing. What is that? We are not this body. We are not the mind. And we are the consciousness, the self. How? When you are awake, you have the body and the mind. This everyone knows. When you are sleeping, your body is absent, only your mind is active. So you see the dream. And when you are not dreaming also, but sleeping and coming back and reporting to yourself, I slept without any dream. Who was there? Body was not there. Mind was not there. But still you were aware that you were sleeping and you slept without any dream. So what is that? That is called consciousness. So that is the proof. So they prove three stages: waking stage, dream stage, and dreamless sleep stage. And they say when you go to that condition, it is actually you are going through ignorance. You do not know. You reach over there, but without knowing. But if you go consciously, when you are meditating, in the meditation slowly you forget your body. Then you forget your mind. Then you go to that condition where there is no body, there is no mind. And that supreme consciousness, and you come back slowly, and that is called Turiya. So they say it is the fourth stage, Chaturtham. So by that way we can understand. The one only, that is the Atman, the consciousness, we can prove in that way, and no one can challenge. And that Atman, when reflecting on our intellect, is called Jivatma. The Jivatma means all this, all of us, the all being. What is this? The consciousness is reflecting on our buddhi. Buddhi means our intellect. They are reflecting on that. And immediately we become so powerful. The moment we become reflected with the Atman, we become powerful. We say, call it the Jivatma, the individual self. And individual self start with the doership. I am doing. So this doership. And that develop the ego. The doership means I am doing. This I is the ego. And then the ego associated with Maya creates this world. So what is this? The ego, the doership, the I, associated with the Maya. And what is the Maya? Ego of the individual self. It is nothing, but still we feel that I. One person is telling, I am this, I am that, and the next step he gives on the stair, God forbid, he slipped and fall and die. But one moment before he was telling, I, as if he is the all-powerful. He doesn't know what is going to happen next moment. So this is foolishness. But still, each and every one of us, we are having that ego. So this same way, it is completely nothing but our imagination. I am this, I am that, is all our imagination. And suppose you are not disclosing that you are a doctor or engineer or a great officer, or maybe the administrator of a country. If you go out here and there, people won't recognize you. And that is the reason all these people, they go with all and that other people, and they'll be shouting, hey, the king is coming. Then only we know some king is coming. Otherwise, king looks like me only. Looks like any other person. So how you will recognize? Ego. And the ego, through that ego I, we are making the great mistake. And because of that mistake, we are coming back again and again, taking different type of form, either sometimes human form or animal form or birds or the reptiles, according to the karma, and we go circular, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. So the Maya, it binds. And the bondage is nothing but the desire. What is the bondage? Nothing but the desire. There is no actually rope or any string. It is only the desire that is binding us. So it ends up, when the desire is there, it ends up in misery. So this is the problem. So one after another. What we wear? What is the originality? Atman. What is this Atman? The source of joy, source of existence. And it is all pervading, all powerful. Now slowly we get the reflection of that Atman in our buddhi, and then we develop, I am that. Suppose the moon, it declares, hey, I am giving the light in the night. Like the China has developed a moon so that it will give the light in the night, so they need not to burn so many lights. So one light will give sufficient light on the city. So like the China is developing slowly. Maybe when we will not have anything to get that power, that type of things will work. We will be habituated. In your room there will be a moon that will give the light. After that you will put out the moon and then go to bed. So like that it will be. So this is the way. What is this moon? If the moon says, I am giving you the light, I don't bother the sun. It's just like that. I don't believe in God. I don't have any faith in God. It's just like that. And the moon is telling that I don't believe in sun. I don't care for the sun. When some people they come and say, I don't believe in God. I don't have any faith in God. I always think, if the moon says this, what will happen? And someday the sun will say, okay, you don't like me, okay, I won't give any light to you. What will happen to the moon? So just like that, if the Atman says, okay, you don't believe me, you don't believe that God is there within, okay, I am going out. What will happen? The cremation ground. So this is the way always we have to understand. We are so egoistic and we are denying our Creator who is within us, and that brings all the misery. So egoistic person sees many in one. The egoistic person, he sees many. I am going to rule. I am going to make the rule. I am going to do this. All so many, he says. But the realized soul will see only one in many. So this is the difference. So second brother of the Nimi, the second brother of the 9 brothers, Hari, he is describing the different stages of realization. You know, one is fully realized, another partly realized, not fully, a little. How? Very nicely in the Bhagavatam we find, it says, Ishare tad adhineshu cha balisheshu dishatsu cha prema maitri kripa upeksha yah karoti samadhyama. The one is the highest realized soul. He sees the Atman in all being. And second, a little bit. How? He says, he who loves God, he has the complete faith and love for God, and friendliness with the devotees, kindness to the ignorant people, and also indifferent against to that antagonized people, those who doesn't believe or something, so little away from them. They're the second grade people. So God is there, devotees are there, and other good people are also there. Maybe they are ignorant, but still it's okay. But some people, oh my God, no, I should not mix with them. So these differences are there. They are second grade people. Swami Vivekananda, when he was along with some of the devotees, he was walking in Cairo, and by mistake, because all the devotees were Americans, they were not knowing the Cairo, so they went to a bad place, So, and all the ladies over there, they started laughing and showing the way they do usually. So that was a very difficult situation. The devotees immediately asked the Swami, please let us go back. Now, the devotees saw bad people, bad women all around. And Swami Vivekananda, he went step by step towards them and soliloquizing, oh my mothers, where you have brought down yourselves? Why you are all here in this condition? Why you have made down yourselves in this condition? So he saw the Divine Mother in all of them. His Guru also, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he also saw the same, no differentiation. But the same people, those who were going along the Swamiji, they were ready to run back because they are thinking, oh, it's a very bad situation we are. So these are second grade. They believe in God, they love the devotee, and they also have the kindness for the ignorant people. They like to serve people, but they like to avoid some bad people. And this is the second grade realization. And third grade, they will say, Archayam eva haraye pujam yah sraddhaya ihate natad bhakteshu cha anneshu sabhakta prakrita smrita. It says in the 11th book, 2nd chapter, 47th verse of the Bhagavata, it says that the great sage Hari again is telling that the realized person, the third, those who worship God with great devotion, only in image alone, and do not love and respect God's devotees and also the other beings. They are third grade. So you will find majority of the people are like that. They will worship the God over there and doing this and that. The moment you are trying to enter over there, they will ask, hey, are you in America? It is not. But in India, if you go, some of the temples, they will say, are you a Brahmin? Then. Are you a Hindu? Then. Are you all these questions they will be asking. You are not allowed to the God. And who are you standing at the door of the God? Me and my God. Who are you? But these. So that is, they are called the third grade. They have love for God, respect for God. They worship God with all devotion. But they think all other things are all dirty. It should not come over here, should not touch and do all these things. So friends, what should be the process of evolution? First, understanding that we have a self, soul, which is actually the reflection of the original self, the Atman, the Brahman. Reflection. It is not original. But through the reflection we can go back to the original. How? Understanding the same reflection is there in all beings. So there should not be any discrimination or narrowness. So slowly, we must go over there. We must worship the God, and also we must love the devotees, whoever is coming. That's why we always keep the door open from morning 8 to evening 8. Because by the grace of God, we have some devotee who are always here. They help us to do that. And some of our Vedanta society can't, because the only Swami, and that's also only a building. So he lives on the 4th floor. How can he come down every time to open the door? And for Indians, ashrama and the temple means 24 hours it should be open. Anytime I can go to God. Of course, when I am sleeping, let God also sleep, no problem for me. Otherwise, I should go any time. So when you are serving, you have to handle in this way, understanding whoever is coming must also understand slowly, but I should know he has got a call from God, that's why he has come. Maybe whatever the idea. So this is the final grade. Seeing God in everything, seeing the feeling Atman, realizing Atman in every being. But at the same time, we should remember that one must behave in a very practical way. As if I go to a tiger, oh, the Swami said the tiger is also having the same soul as I am having, and I go and I try to embrace the tiger, think the tiger, how happy it will be. Oh, let all the devotees come one after another every day. So we should not be fooled like that. We have to understand in a very practical way. This is the theory, but to reach over there, we have to understand and then step. One step, second step, third step. We should go, and then inside we will feel two things. One, broadness of our mind, accepting each and everyone, embracing each and everyone. At the same time, a joy and happiness. If it is not there, then you are only showing up. Some people, they will go and embrace each and every one, but that is also the show, That is not the true, that is not the original. So we have to feel ourselves. You need not to go to anyone to ask, am I progressing in the spiritual life? You will feel yourself. How? In this way, Bhagavat Uttama. And why we are feeling separation? Then the answer is Vishnu Mayam Idam Vishyam. Because the God, the Vishnu, the all-pervading consciousness, he has made this. He wants that we should play, we should have like this. The Vishnu Mayam. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is telling in one place, if I knew this world as true, I would have covered my birthplace, the Kamarpukur, with gold. But I know it is nothing. All these things that you see, and all are going on, changing, and changing. Nothing remains. Now the sage Hori is also said, if you find someone who can remain even-minded and calm, this in another way is trying to give us the same idea. Deha means body, Indriya means the senses, Prana, the vital forces, Mana, the mind, Dhi, the intellect, and also the actions like Janma, the birth, Vinasha, death, Shuddha, hunger, Bhaya, fear, and Trishna, the thirst, is not brought out by all these. Then only due to his constant meditation on the Supreme Being, he is not brought out by any of all this. So what happens? Because of our body, we are having all our hunger, our thirst, our fear, all these things are there. But the person who has realized the Brahman, the ultimate, how you will know? That was the question. How to realize? Then he is telling that you will see this completely unperturbed, no disturbance. Why? Because his mind is constantly merged with the Brahman. Friends, now I will talk about the Swami I mentioned, whose birthday is today, Swami Virajananda ji. He was very close to Swami Vivekananda. He was a very good cook and very good administrator. The Swamiji used to depend on him, Swami Vivekananda. And Swami Vivekananda's theory was fast and perfect. Any work will be given, I will do it, not like that. Very fast you should complete and perfectly you should do. And because I was doing so quickly some mistakes, no, you must be very attentive. So that Swami was there. He was loved and blessed by Swami Vivekananda. And he got the blessings of Mother too, Ma Sharadamani Devi. Then afterwards, he went to a Himalayan center that's called Mayavati. In the Mayavati is a place of meditation. And slowly, this Swami developed a love for meditation. Now, he was meditating and suddenly a call came from the president, the then president of Belur Math, Swami Shivanandaji, that you should go to America. In those days, India and America, you can imagine, the India was nothing. And today's India and America almost equal, I would say, because some of the, many of the things are available in India. So sometimes we take something to give to some of our friends, hey, we are bringing it from America. Oh, what is this? Oh, nothing, this is better than this is here. So nowadays we don't take any gift for our Indian friends because they are having better things. So this India is a totally different. But in those days, can you imagine? The people used to dream we are going to America, to Europe. And I told you the funny story. The people used to think in this way, not nowadays, in those days, that anything foreign is very good, very special. So one lady was having some trouble in the eye. So she was taken to a doctor, the eye specialist, and doctor told, oh, nothing. A foreign particle is there in your eye, I will remove it. And immediately the lady jumped up. Foreign particle you are going to remove? No, foreign particle is so difficult to get. Let it be there. So that much of love for the foreign things because we were really, and now it has all gone. In those days, this Swami was given the offer that you should go to America. And who? The president of the order. And we always consider once he says, he says. There is no other anything. If he says go, we must have to go. Do, we must have to do. Like this. But this Swami, he couldn't say no. You know what he did? He hid in a jungle. And from the Mayavati, very close to that Mayavati, is called Shamla Tal. If you go, you can visit. Now it is the ashrama. The Shamla Tal means a big pond. And there, he went, nothing was there. He made a small hut. He started meditating over there. No food. Sometimes he used to come down and drink the water and go and sit over there. The villagers are very good. The moment they will see, they are very poor people. But still, if they made the roti, one bread, they will make it half and offer it to the holy people. So they are really very, even today. So the Swami used to get little food. And to avoid that, where were people? Maybe one or two. Occasionally they were coming. Even to avoid that, he used to climb on a hilltop and whole day he used to meditate on there. And come down because of the cold, he used to come down and spend inside a cave and the night, and then again in the morning he used to go. Today, I visited that place. When you were climbing on that, it's so difficult. And in those days, all alone, he used to go and meditate. But in the meantime, administration. And if you are not obeying the order, so naturally the punishment. So the president of the order, he told, oh, he is not listening to me, we should be punished. Another Swami was there, his friend. See, he was Madhavanandaji. Madhavanandaji was loved by many respected Swamis. Madhavanandaji told Swami, please give me a few days. Let me go and find him out. He must be somewhere near. So he came and he was searching, and he was searching to the villagers. In villages, the words, they always prayed. And if you say something, it will always, and something special means all people will discuss. So he went and so, is there, he was going on asking the villagers, is there a monk who is not eating, not drinking, only sitting like this, like a stone? Yes, there is a monk. So they immediately he went over there, he found his friend, By that time he has grown the big beard because where to go and for the shaving. So long hair, big beard, and he was meditating. He told, hey, what happened? He said, no, I am very close to the God realization. I am not going to go anywhere. Please don't request me in that way. This Swami also realized. So he came back and told Swami Shivanandaji, let us wait for some time. He is in the last stage of his sadhana. And after 1 month, this Swami came down. He came and stood before the president of the Belur Math, Swami Shivanandaji. Shivanandaji looked at him, embraced him with great joy. You have achieved, you have achieved. And that is called Atma Jnana. The moment you realize that, everyone will realize. And this Swami afterwards became the president of the order, Virajanandaji. He has written a beautiful book. It's a small ideas how to develop the spiritual life. If you are interested, you can go through that book, Towards the Goal Supreme, Paramarth Prashang, Towards the Goal Supreme by him. About him, another Swami has written a biography. The name of that book is The Story of an Epoch. The Swami Shraddhanandaji. Shraddhanandaji was here in Sacramento. And all the direct disciples of Swami Vivekananda, their life, very inspiring life, each and every one of them. So that is written by Abjojanandaji. The name of the book is Monastic Disciples of Swami Vivekananda. Now here we find, it says in the 50th verse, Kama karma bijanam yasya chetasi sambhava vasudevaika nilaya sabai bhagavata uttama. He is the realized soul. He is the highest devotee who is not having any single desire in his mind. Any single desire. Swami Vivekananda, the lover of India, he came here in America. He saw that America is educationally and all of that they are developed. And Swamiji wanted some organization to help the Indian people. So he was exchanging his views with his followers, his devotees. Then, Americans immediately they will make the whole thing systematically. The Swamiji, we should do this and we should do that. Very systematic way. And Indians are not at all systematic. First we do, then we think, oh, we have done this, now we have to change it like that. But they are very systematic when they do. Swamiji appreciated that systematic way. So he was trying to learn from them. They were also eager to help him. But Swamiji was in a different mood. One day when they were, Swamiji, you are not paying attention to the idea that you are giving. We have to contact the rich people, we have to get their support, and we have to organize the volunteers, we have to go in this way to develop. Then why you are not planning? Then Swamiji's reply was, this is very important. The Swamiji's reply was, I never do any planning. I only execute my mother's command. So that is the highest stage of realization. We cannot say that. Majority of us, we won't be able to say that. Only the realized soul like Vivekananda, Brahmananda, they can do that. And he said, I never plan. I only execute the mother's command. So whenever the mother will ask me to do whatever, then only I will do. So this is na kama karma bijanam yasya chetasi sambhava. In his mind there is not a single desire, seed of desire. He is the highest devotee, Bhagavat Uttama. He is the realized soul. And this way we find Sarva Bhuta Samashanta Sabai Bhagavata Uttama. This is the last he is telling in the 52nd verse. Sarva Bhuta Sama. All beings are equal to him. If a realized soul claim that I am a realized soul, and at the same time, in his behavior, if we find that he is differentiating, he is not a different soul. And he's Shanta, he is all calm and composed and tranquil, and only wait for the command of the Lord, then only he does. He is the realized soul. So the second question when they asked, friends, many of you, those who are studying the Bhagavad Gita, you know the same type of idea that crossed the mind of Arjuna. In the second chapter, Arjuna is asking and Sri Krishna is giving the answer, but it was not the realized soul or Bhagavata Uttama. The terminology used, Sthita Prajna. The Sthita Prajna, Prajna means the intellect, Sthita means is calm. Thus, you can also go through that. The second chapter of the Gita, verse from 54 to 71. This question was asked over there. So, thank you very much. Thank you for coming over here. Once again, I pray to the God, the Supreme God, because the holy occasion, holy time, and very, very blessed time, the Jagannatha may be now getting the bath, and he is blessing each and every one. And let us pray to him, the Supreme God of the universe. May all our prayers be answered. May all our prayers be answered. So can you please repeat with me? Today we didn't chant the Shantakaram. We started with the Jagannatha. And the Jagannatha is he who is worshipped by even the gods and also the great souls. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Divyai Stavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yashyantam Nabidu Sura Asura Gana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. You know, in Belur Math, there is the relics of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and today they take it out, and then, just like the Jagannatha, they will be bathing the Sri Ramakrishna also. But there's the traditional way the bathing is not only water, there will be milk, there will be yogurt, there will be honey, and of course the water. So that way they make. And thousands of people, they will wait. After that, all that collected water, they will take little to sip, and they feel that they are blessed, they get purified. So it is all thoughts, and some of the actions, and some of the rituals that goes on increasing the thought that I am pure, I am pure, I am pure. So this is the reason the ritual should be followed. And through the ritual, the goal should be to reach over there where I see only one in all pervasiveness. So, okay, so we will meet again. But you know that the weekend, it will be our retreat. And very wonderful subject the Swami has chosen. Swami Sarvadevananda Ji is coming from Hollywood. So he will be speaking on 2 drops of nectar, 2 drops of nectar. That means he is going to speak about the Upanishad that is in the minor Upanishad. The book is also available. If you are interested, if you like to follow, so you can purchase that book too, Minor Upanishad. Major Upanishad is the minor. But this minor Upanishad, sometimes only 4 verses, 6 verses, but so beneficial and so straight to that knowledge. So, if you are interested, please register yourself and come and spend. The Swamis will be there, devotees will be there in the Ganges. Thank you very much. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
There's no class here next Sunday.
Next Sunday.